Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Art Whisper 88. Now this is the residue from my previous printing session, and I hate to waste a good ghost, but I'm going to switch brands now. I'm switching to Soho Acrylic, and here is Amsterdam. This is Caput Mortuum Violet. And then here's another Soho Acrylic Azo Vermilion. So I'm going to mix these three. I will start with the Mortuum Violet. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Then some of this beautiful Azo Vermilion. It's one of my favorite colors to use. And some yellow ochre for highlights. Okay, just a little bit of for some reason it dries out at the mouth of the nozzle, so I have to be careful not to include the dried parts. You see this? So I have to wash this out. Okay, so now let me use a 4-inch brayer. I keep these soaked in a tub of water. Okay, this is reasonably quiet. Sometimes they create a racket by squeaking. Now, these are more highly saturated paints. They are I would say a step higher, a step above acrylics, because they contain more pigment and they have a more consistent the consistency is more creamy and it's more pleasant to work with. Again, I'm going to use my magic wand to create marks. This is the stalk of an aloe vera plant. This is the dried stem, and you can see it has a lot of burrs on it, and that creates these interesting marks. This is my Richardson 22 by 30 watercolor paper. Now, since I'm trying to pick up the ghost residue paint, I'm going to leave this on for about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm hoping that it won't tear the paper. I did oil this 2 nights ago, so I hope that helps. It should help. Okay, gave me a chance to do some cleaning up. Let's see how we made out here. This is suspenseful. So far, so good. There's still some leftovers, but I'm not too disappointed because I lazily left the paint on overnight, which I don't recommend doing, but I was just so tired I had to go to bed. Okay, this is awesome. And I'm very happy with the result. I also like the consistency of the Soho paint. It's a more finely ground pigment, and the binders don't separate like they do with the acrylic. So every paint has its advantages and disadvantages. So it's up to you to decide what brands you like, what brands you can afford, and you stick with them and work with them. So I'm going to air dry this and apply some collage. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we are at the fun part of this video. I have here my collection of scraps and tissue paper and warm-up exercises, and I will see what I can assemble. Sometimes I use scissors, sometimes I just tear the piece, like so. Gives it a more organic look. Now what I do when I'm faced with a surface like this, I'll pick the blank areas and determine that they need the collage in that place. Doesn't always work, but it's trial and error. I think this belongs here. This belongs there. And this is a mixture of Mod Podge and water. I would say it's 70% Mod Podge, 30% water. It's so much easier to mount tissue paper when it's watered down. That I don't really need that much glue as compared to when I'm mounting cardstock. So tissue paper is so much easier to work with when I'm doing collage. Now this is some paper that I've offloaded my brayer on, and it does have a lot of interesting textures, as you can see. I'm just going to get a section of that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to stop now and air dry this. I'm going to use the help of my ceiling fan, and then I will recap. Okay, hold up, hold up. I couldn't help myself. I'm going to add something else. This is my part of my reusable stencil. Not reusable, this is the index card. And I wet it to make it a little more pliable. Okay. There, I feel better now. Okay, everybody, here we are at the final leg of this journey. The ceiling fan did a good job, and this has dried very well. And as you can see, the Soho paint is slightly shiny. It has a satin finish, which I like a lot. Now here is a close-up. And you can see the scribbled gestures give it a lot of movement. Now this is the last minute addition of the index card, which I softened with some glue and some water. So it's a little more pliable. I was able to mount it more easily. And I'm glad that I was able to pick up some of the leftover blue paint from the night before. Now, as a little bit of advice, which I should follow myself, it's not a good idea to let your paint dry overnight on a gel plate. If you can, try to clean it off as soon as possible, and it would make life easier, because I have had occasions where I left the paint to dry on the jelly plate for days because I forgot, or I got busy, or it was some other distraction, and it's really hard to get it off, as compared to when you clean the jelly plate after printing. That's the easiest time to clean the plate, when the paint is still wet. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Please pay a visit to artwhisper88.com, which is my storefront, and any sales, donations will help to keep this channel going. So thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.